Alright y'all, welcome back. Of course we're at the dealership. Looks like there's something on the fucking lens. God damn it. Alright. Of course we're at the dealership, as mentioned before. Just finishing up with the company work. Got a lot going on this week. Gotta take 2 days off, obviously, for this drift event. Pretty much got to be loaded Thursday night, so can't be staying too late doing company time bullshit. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get the drift car pulled back in. It's starting to rain out here. I'm sure you can see that. Go ahead and park her in the bay for the night. Made a little bit more progress on the motor. I found the block plugs front and rear. They were, I believe, not half inch, I'm not sure. 3/8 MPT, a little bit smaller maybe. Yeah, we got those from the hardware store. And then what else did we do on the motor? Since we got the front plug installed, went ahead and sealed the front covers, upper and lower covers. Got the brand new hardware in there. I'm gonna pull this out and give you a little better look. Another thing I gotta do is figure out why the manifold's not sitting flush. I believe it's just a couple of those holes need to be hogged out a little bit more. But as mentioned before, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the company time, get the drift car pulled in. About to pull out the old Pacifica. I'm gonna go ahead and get the drift car warmed up. It's a little cold out here. Don't want to move it with cold oil in there. So, oh fuck. I had a car cover on this thing and it fucking started pulling some of my decals. Oh, definitely sad to see that. Temps. I'm gonna let that warm up. Looks like one of my trailer lights. Yeah, I'm gonna let the drift car warm up. Once she's warm up, I'm gonna go ahead and pull her in. Drift car should be warmed up at this point. Not sure if I filmed it, but went ahead and got the Kindas, KR20s with the 200 tread wear in the front, as well as 300 tread wear in the rear. Did a nut and bolt check while I was on the lift as well. It's pretty much ready to rip, given I don't find anything else wrong with it, or no problems develop in the next few days. But let's go ahead and pull her in. Fans aren't on. I can turn it all the way off. Man, I fucked up my fuel gauge last time I took my cinder out of the tank. Or it could be really low, I'm not sure. But regardless, I'll top it up. The gauge is not a concern of mine. Not until E85 at least. I do want to know the consumption of that. Still pretty dry. Do have a minor oil pan leak. Ooh, something that I found. Need to get this squared away before this weekend. I got these new grommets installed by Slideworks, but the one down there requires a relocation of this little module, or stretching the loom or whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the clip here and find out what the fuck I'm gonna do today as far as the drift car goes. I know I need to focus on this motor and get it squared away. I believe the car is ready to drive, but this thing has to go in there the moment the car comes back from the drift event. Driving Friday, driving Saturday night, coming back, park the car exactly where you see it, go ahead and rip the motor out, and then hopefully I get the forged motor swapped in. I gotta take the ATI power pulley off there. I gotta swap over the oil pan, the oil pickup, all the accessories. Still gonna keep my side feed rail on there until I pretty much go to the dyno. I'm gonna wire in my top feed injectors, but there's a few things I gotta swap over. I do have to ditch the blow off valve. Don't have time to weld it onto the new pipe section. It did not come with it, so I'm gonna have some turbo floater. Shouldn't be anything wrong with that. I'm hoping everything is modular as far as the top mount turbo manifold, and then the turbo itself. Hopefully everything is squared away. I know the wastegate's gonna dump pretty much right at the strut tower, so that's at least where it's gonna be. I do want to remain the hood dump. So with that said, I'm gonna have to make a horizontal pipe that goes back and then up. But for time's sake, I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that at the moment. I think I'm just gonna take the hood off at the dyno, or just dump the tube down, because it's gonna take a little bit of fabrication. I got some elbows and whatnot, and flanges for the wastegate. So it shouldn't be too much trouble once I do have a little bit more time to mess with that, but as mentioned before, it's crunch time. I pretty much have 1 day to get the motor in, and then let it idle a little bit, do a couple load rips around the block, and then yeah, hopefully everything is squared away. Do oil change or whatnot, put in some new plugs after the break-in, and should be ready to load it up and go to Chicago. Well, god damn, I'd say I got the drift car pulled in at a perfect time. Started raining a little bit harder. Oh well. Unfortunately, the forecast is looking like rain on Friday. It's gonna rain, 80% chance of rain, so it's probably gonna rain all day. And yeah, I have a convertible. Fuck it though. Probably the only guy out there in a convertible. Get a picture taken out there drifting, but fuck it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Just about to hit the scales with the trailer right now. I believe I've worked out the trailer brake issue. I went ahead and ordered a reservoir, but to my mistake, I realized I didn't properly top it off. So with that said, I got that reservoir on the trailer topped off already, and then did some braking tests, and I got fluid back to the rear drums. So ideally, I believe they were going to work. I might have to bleed them, but don't have to replace the reservoir. Happy about that. Wish I didn't have to buy it already, but yeah, about to hit the cat scales right now, find out how much it weighs, take that proof slip over to the registration office, and then I should be able to get this thing registered. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much. Definitely all in on this trailer as is, and it's got to get me to the event this weekend. Be a little bit cheaper just to get this thing registered than it would be to rent one for 2 days. So as mentioned before, I go ahead and make sure everything is good to go. Take off my little shock, and then hit the DOT scales, see how much this thing weighs. What up, y'all? Welcome back. As you can tell, it's the day of the event, and it's fucking raining. We're in the Infinity. We're gonna head over to the shop right now, find everything where we left it. Oh, I hear that belt squeal. Jesus Christ. So this thing gets neglected 100% of the time, as the drift car gets all the love. This thing gets daily abuse. Occasionally gets its oil changed, but let that belt that goes away. Let me turn the camera off, pay attention to the road, and let you know when we get over there. Alright y'all, welcome back. As you can tell, it's raining. It's the day of the event. It's not good. So, we're on the way to the shop right now. We're gonna, I don't know, might unload the fucking chairs out of the back of the truck, dry them off a little bit, put a bit of the cab of the truck. Should have planned accordingly. But figured I would beat the rain in the morning. It's never the case. Nonetheless, I'm on the way to the shop right now. Check back in when we get there. Just got to the shop. It's definitely coming down out there, so let's grab everything we need and try to run in there. I said fuck it. A little bit of rain ain't gonna hold me. So yeah, got the drift car warming up. Already have the trailer pretty much ready to get it loaded, so got the ramps out. Should be able to just drive over there, hop on. Got a few things I had to put back in the truck, but I want to go over there, get set up. I do have a canopy. If I have to sit out a couple laps, so be it. I do want to get set up, claim my spot, so set over there. All right, long fun process trying to get this thing loaded up. Not sure what's going on. Maybe the lower tire pro size, but I don't know. But regardless, the thing's on the trailer. Just got a bungee down the front bumper. Should be ready to, pretty much ready to go. So let's go. Car's on the trailer, so hey, it's gonna be a little wet journey over there to the track, but once we're there, set up the canopy and whatnot, hard park it if we want, do a couple wet laps. Hey, let's go grab the rest of our bullshit. Let's get out of here. I mean, bungee down the front bumper. Well, we made it. Driver's meeting is in 1 minute, so let's get the car unloaded. They just parked. A fun process. All set up. It's not raining too hard, so probably gonna hit grid. Let the car warm up. Should be ready to fuck, at least for a shakedown. Update. It's pretty fucking rainy. Pretty disappointed. Can't change the weather though. Another thing I'm disappointed about is the car. I keep on field cutting. I got a really crusty tank, as you may remember. May have mentioned that in the previous video. Bunch of rust keeps on going through the line. I have an inline fuel filter. It's dash 8 and keeps on getting clogged up about after 2 runs. And can't make any boost. The car wants to blow up. Although it is very, very wet out there. And pretty much not even using boost, so I keep on cleaning this fucking fuel filter and getting a couple runs, but right now I'm getting a little hungry, and I got the truck tied to the canopy so it doesn't fly away. As you can tell, it's pretty windy as well. Not the best time, but I'm gonna go back out there in a little bit. Just gotta clean out the fuel filter one more time, probably get another lap. I'm debating on taking that fuel filter out. I know it's gonna inadvertently grenade the engine. I gotta take this fucking fuel system out of here, man. I'm expecting to put this forged engine in here tomorrow evening, but I can't break it in on some shitty ass fucking fuel system. So I gotta figure shit out. Let you know how it goes. Weather's letting up, so I'm gonna go ahead and lift the car back up and clean all that filter. Might leave it out, although I don't want to clog up my injectors. be way harder to clean those out than it would be the fuel filter. So yeah, fuck. All right, just took the fuel filter actually out, so let's hope I don't clog the injectors. I'm about to lower the car right now. Put the GoPro up in the back there. Hopefully give you a lap or two. Got two motors pretty much torn apart. Fuel motor over here, stripped it of all of its glory and parts I needed. Dressing up the forged motor right now.